having money doesn't necessarily make you wealthy. Sometimes even the opposite. You might have a lot of money, but only a lot of money and not anything else, and you'll be more miserable with someone that doesn't have any money but he has a lot of other stuff in life. So money is important, money is needed, but there's a way to build wealth that also includes money, but includes a lot more than that. What I realized was that, I met so many people when I was working in real estate in America, and also now these days, that a lot of them have a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that they have wealth. Some of them also have wealth. It was a moment I realized that wealth is built from a few different elements, and money is one of them. But there's an element that would also help you create a lot of money, but also create a lot more wealth, not only in the money section. It took me time to realize that. It's not something that, I just woke up one morning and then it happened. I heard about it a lot, about this other element, and I'm going to talk about it right now and how you could create it. What I realized was that a lot of times I can hear something, but it takes me time to acknowledge it. When I realized that was, if you watched my previous videos, you probably heard me saying this already, but in part of my real estate journey, there was a part that I got into huge debt. Okay, now I'm talking to you about really big debt. I didn't know how I'm going to pay my bills at the end of the month. Forget about the end of the month, the next day. And it was a really challenging time, also health-wise. A lot of times it comes together. And then I was going for a run in the park, and it was a beautiful park. I was looking at the flowers. I said, wow, I love it, amazing. If I'm in debt and I have all this story behind me, at least I have these beautiful flowers in the background. And then all of a sudden, as I was running and thinking about different type of things, about the projects and all that, kind of like epiphany came up to me, and I told myself, wow, Yair, you're rich. And at the same time, what? What do you mean rich? You're in huge debt. Where is the rich? And then it came up to me again, Yair, you're rich. And I realized that I'm rich with really beautiful relationships with people. Really beautiful relationships. And even in the hardest of times, I would think maybe I'll be focused only on the debt that I owe or in the health conditions and things like that. Even then, I'll say maybe even especially then, I had relationships that I thought were half-half. Maybe we should, continue being friends, maybe not. But then they even grew, people that I thought were just friends, general friends, they showed to me so much kindness and beauty. And I just had no words, and I'm wow, I have really beautiful people around me. Yeah, for sure, I'm not saying there weren't people that I dealt with that were not the right people for me. I'm not coming to say everything was great, not at all. But I realized that I'm so blessed to have these beautiful people around me, really great relationships. And I really felt so rich. I have to say even more rich than before I got the financial hit. Okay, there was a time that 99% of the people don't know, but actually I was doing pretty well. I was in different investments. I was doing pretty well. And I had passive income coming from different places until the big hit that came, that I kind of lost everything and got into debt. But since then, by the way, I'm building it back up, and thank God, doing good. But what I'm coming to say is that in that moment that I realized that I'm really wealthy, I'm wealthy with great connections to people that are so, so hopeful, just to be around them, even if they don't say a word. But when they do say some words, they're also, empowering. Sometimes they just listen. And not only that I'm wealthy with really great connections, I realized that those connections, those relationships, first, we're there to be there for each other, not expecting anything else. Now, we're human beings, so yes, sometimes we do expect, but in the core, I believe that a good relationship is just being there for them and me enjoying their presence, they're enjoying my presence. And of course, because we want to be there for each other, so we also want to help and provide and help the person that we want to be with. Again, whether it's a relationship that is marriage or something like that, or nothing to do with that, or just business, whatever it is. We're just there for them. We want to be there, and if we can help them, it's a pleasure for us. So I realized I'm really wealthy with great relationships in life, that even I told myself, even if I go back broke, it's not fun at all. Don't get me wrong. It's even painful, but I realized that the real wealth is the relationships that I have. Now, in terms of wealth and money and creating money, relationships is one of the core, really one of the core things you need to create. Now, you want it to be a win-win relationship. Like I said, a relationship that both of you gain something from it, that you have something to give to them and they have something to give for you. Now, building money wealth out of relationship is not only that it's possible, that's actually how most people create really big wealth. That's what I saw when I was contacting people that had a lot of money. A lot of it came through relationships, and I'll explain that in a second. But you need to understand that wealth is built out of a few things, okay? Money is one of them, yeah, of course. But relationship is, I'll say, a core one of them. And in that relationship is a relationship with yourself. And that wealth is your health. It has to do with your nutrition, your movement, your sleep. So money is built from a few different elements. On this channel, we speak kind of about all of them. But relationship, I'll say, is a really core one of them. Because first, without a relationship with yourself, it's really hard to be in a well-being state, even if you have a lot of money around you. Second is relationship with other people. Like I said, it's just for the relationship, it gives so much value. But also to build wealth, money wealth, relationships can really help. So I'll give you now an example for relationships that can really help. Also in my previous business in America, and also now where I work in the real estate company, I really see that everything's about relationship. You could find a project, a really good project under market value. Why? Because a great relationship you have. You might be now in a certain challenge, and because a good relationship, someone gives you advice that not only saves you maybe $100,000, maybe also millions, maybe also less, doesn't matter, but also helps you to actually earn a lot more. So relationship is so crucial, to having those right relationships in life. And I know people, I have a friend, he has a business. He just, he uses amazing, incredible skill of relationships, and he's really there for other people. He's not trying to manipulate. And he uses his skills to build now a business. He bought one person from this field, another one from that field, another one from that field. He put everyone together, and now they're all together really strong, and they're going on a really beautiful journey, and they're building a really strong business. And also other businesses. Hi, I hope this video is serving you. I just want to share with you that my belief in life is that you are here to serve a purpose greater than yourself. But in order to do that the best way, you must start with investing in yourself. Enjoy the rest of the video. People, in the business world that prefer to work alone, but also those people have people working under them. They're employees, and you want to have good relationships. And those employees, if you treat them well and you'll have with them a good relationship, they'll feel a lot better. They'll want to contribute a lot more because they'll be happy, they'll be in a well-being state, and they know that when they won't be, you'll be there for them. And of course, also, like I said, they'll perform a lot better. Your business will do a lot better. That's, for the business people that like working alone. But for the people who work in partnerships, I'm telling you, just create those right relationships. First, they'll help you grow from wherever you are right now, and that could be amazing. And second, with the right connections, you could get to places that you never even dreamed about. And again, I'm saying it's not only about money, not at all. I'm just saying that with great relationships, you could also build the money aspect of wealth. But as I said, that's only one aspect. It's in any aspect. If you have good relationships, you have someone holding you accountable to going and doing some sports, or keeping on the right nutrition, or getting to sleep on time, or following, like I said, your bills and making sure they're, everything's in the right order and your investments are in the right place. Having those right relationships in each area of life is so crucial, is so important, and that's the way to build wealth in any one of the elements of the word wealth. Like I said, money is only one of them. Now, it's really important to understand that also when I had that, I'll say, epiphany of, wow, I'm really rich. And I really felt that. I really felt I'm really rich, and I was so blessed for that. And I'm still blessed for that. It's not something of the past. It's actually also right now, and it's always building. There's a reason that they're there. I'm there for them. They're there for me. But I realize I really shouldn't take it for granted. Like anything in life, we always mention here in the channel at the end of the video, that the most amazing things in life are the ones we take for granted. So also these relationships, don't take them for granted. You know, when you have plants in your house, you always water them, right? You take care of them. The same thing, your relationships. Always, you should maintain them, not in order to stay in the same place, but in order to grow and make them much stronger. It would bring for you so much more happiness in your life, so much more wealth. And I'm sure there are now people saying, well, yeah, the wrong relationships actually brought for me so much misery in life. And believe me, I was there, so I know what you're talking about. But also those wrong relationships, when you're there, it's hard. It's really hard. It's tough. I'm not saying it's not. I was there. I know exactly what you're talking about. But after you feel that pain of that hard relationship that you went through or that you're going through, now you could ask yourself, okay, what could I learn from here in order to improve my next relationship? What do I not want to do in my next relationship? Or what do I want to do? Or both. Probably usually it's both. So keep on maintaining those relationships. You'll build all of the elements of wealth, whether it's money, whether it's health, whether it's you trusting in yourself, believing in yourself. That's the number one thing. Evan Carmichael talks about that all the time. All of the elements, I didn't go through all of them, but building those relationships, creating them, and learning through through the walk of life. Some will be better, some won't. But when you learn and you implement that learning, your relationship will build wealth for you. If you want to learn more about social well-being and building relationships, make sure you check that video that is coming up right now and realize that through relationships, you are going to be able to let your path and the path of the people surrounding you. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.